Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking planners and all things schedules and all things getting organized. That's our plan today. That's what we're going to talk about. Before we start, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss stuff because you don't want to miss this beautiful face. We are going to start by talking about planners. I have found a planner that is built for homeschooling. There's a lot of homeschool planners. Listen, I try so desperately hard to be a planner person and I fail every time, guys, every time. Okay, so last year I did an Excel spreadsheet. It worked in the aspect that I knew if I was on track and schedule for the year. So it didn't necessarily help me on my day-to-day, right? It helped me on like, yes, we are where we need to be in math, or no, we're behind and we need to make sure we don't miss any days. So it helped me with that, but it didn't help me with my day-to-day. It didn't help me make sure I was getting stuff done or managing my time correctly or any of those things, because we all know I need some help, okay? I'm a little scatterbrained. Anyway, and I have an older child now who has a little bit more of an opinion about how we do things, and she has more work than her siblings. So this year is going to be a little bit more intense when it comes to that side of things with Malia. So my friend had one of these and I looked at it and I was like, can I see that? Because I love a planner, guys. Love a planner. But the problem is they're never built for what I need. You can get like the educational planners or the student planners at Walmart, but the problem is it's planned for kids in public school. It's not planned for me being home managing 3 kids. It's planned for, here's your homework, or it's planned for, you know, your daily stuff as a normal stay-at-home mom situation, but not a stay-at-home mom with a homeschool load, or a working mom, but not a homeschool mom. Let's dive in. First of all, look how gorgeous this is. Also, for my last video, these tabs working great in our planners. So this is the Homeschool. It's actually called a Homeschool Family Planner. She has thought of everything a homeschool mom would need in this thing. No joke. Okay, so let's just jump right in. She has a monthly calendar, okay? And it starts from, that's another thing, if you get planners that aren't built for school, they'll start in January and go to December. Not helpful. I have to buy 2 planners for the school year. So this starts in July and goes until June. So that's nice because it's following along with your school year. Especially if you're an all year round schooler, that's nice. It comes with lots of things. Your first stuff is who this book belongs to. It has a lot of like information on how to plan better, places to write memories down, your year plan, your home daily cleaning schedules, your daily chore schedules for kids and daily school schedules, and your classroom plan. This is the student schedule. So there's a schedule page. I actually haven't done this yet because I'm still kind of feeling out when I want to press start on school during the day. What works best for us, right? What time should I be shooting for? You have shopping lists. You have 6 shopping lists that are perforated and can tear out of the book. I used it today. It was super nice. Tyler does our grocery shopping. So ever since the pandemic hit, he goes by himself and does all of our grocery shopping. So I have all the lists planned out. Okay, so this is the shopping list. They're perforated so you can tear them out, and they're double-sided. So I've really liked that. It has a reading thing, what they have read, what they want to read, what they're working on. It also has fun learning field trip planner. Okay. This is your chore one. Okay, so it has household chores, household needs, notes, and also projects for the month. You have a reading by student, library books returns, which if anybody can fit their library books in that section, please tell me how. Read alouds that you're doing. It has educational goals for each student. You have your field trips and your educational goals. And then this is the weekly. So this is how it looks. They have check marks on each line. So you can check the box when things are done, and a check box at the top of the day so you know when you're done. You also have to do this week, dinner menu, self-cares, and the weekend on each week. Okay, now let me show you exactly how I used the daily list last week. Now I did use this for a full week because I wanted to kind of get a vibe on how I felt about it, before I gave it a review, because I think it would be an unfair review to you guys if I hadn't used it at all. So I had my daily stuff listed out, and I would put like the kid's name to it. So she has sections. It says Bible. We read scriptures, do journal, Latin, poem every morning. So I used this section right here to show our morning meeting. Okay, so our morning meeting is usually journal, scripture, Latin, poem, and brain games to get their brains warmed up. So we have all that listed. Then it has a math section, history, science, English, and 2 extra sections. There are 28 lines for each day. Now I have 2 kids and they do a lot of stuff. I was able to fit both kids plus Kimball's preschool checklists on here. If you have more than 3 kids going, and possibly even 3, you might have to shorten a little bit of the things, or maybe combine them and say like math and only check math when all the kids are done. Right now I'm writing math Malia, math Hiram, so I know where each kid is during the day because my kids work at different paces. So we have that. It has dinner menu on the side, to-do lists, a self-care checkbox for the mom, and it also has the 2 weekend slots right there. It has the same thing for each month as the reading list and all that stuff, and this is this week's list that I have already planned out. Okay, I've planned out my meals in here, and so far I feel like it's so intuitive that I haven't had a huge problem feeling like, oh, it's too much. So in December, they even have holiday greeting cards checklist, decorations checklist, Christmas shopping checklist, gift giving checklists, holiday traditions, online shopping. Now, one thing Malia finds very, very funny, but for girls whose state requires you take attendance and grade your children and keep records of what they're doing, they do have an attendance log here and a grade log. Okay, so this is the attendance record. So you can put your student's name, their grade, date of birth, student ID, and then the month, so you can like check when they've attended. Okay, and then on the back it actually has by week their grade for each subject. Okay, then you can write 2 progress and accomplishments on the side and grading scale. Okay, so if you have to do a lot of like turning into the state for as a homeschooler, this might be a great way to keep track of that. My kids had me take attendance this week because they thought it was so funny. So, but if your state requires that, it is there, and that's an absolute thing. So right here she has like this beautiful note about rethinking your resolutions, and every month there's kind of a note that she gives you. I really like it. The end of the year, there are report cards you can give out. There's also report cards you can give weekly, and a report card you can give semester by semester. So far, this is an A+ for me. For a whole week, I used it, and I wasn't like, oh, I forgot that because it was in my book and I didn't think of it. It was, I checked my book, I had it with me, I got things done. And then I could move on to the rest of this stuff. So last week, I just did educational planning. This week, I jumped into to-do list planning, like Kimball needs a haircut, Malia needs a haircut, like all these things. And I also jumped into meal planning, and I felt like this kept me organized. I knew where I was between. I also got each of my kids a student planner. It's very similar to the mom planner, but geared towards the students. So it has the full month planner, okay? And this is Malia's. They have a flower one, and they have a wilderness one. So they have 2. They also have high school planners, if I remember. These are saying they're middle schoolers. Both my kids are in elementary, and they both enjoy it and have been using it. So this was Malia. She planned her own schedule for the whole week, which helped her take ownership of her things. She also wrote her chores. So on the kids ones, it has these sections each day for school. So they have 10 lines for school. They have practice section. So I put like piano and stuff like that over there. And then chores. They have a whole section for chores. So my kids. And then this is what their weekdays look like. So they fit their whole week like this, Saturday and Sunday. They have that by the week. And then they have the calendar, projects, and start again. So my kids wake up in the morning. They know what their chores are because they look in their planners. They eat their breakfast, and then they start their schoolwork. Malia likes to put it in the order she wants to do it, and she plans her day, which is totally fine. And she has the monthly planner, which is fantastic. It also comes with, for each month, projects, which she has written down, and has reading goals. It has schedules right here on the front for semester 1. So if your kid has like classes or things they need to be to, that you could write that in there. And this has really motivated Malia to stay on track and feel in control. Now Hiram also has one. He's a little bit younger, so he's using it a little bit less. He's in 2nd grade, and I am writing his every day so that he can get up, in the morning and go, what are my chores for the day? Dun, 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 dun. Get his chores done, then jump into his school day and know what he can do on his own. He knows what his independent learning is, and we start our day. So it kind of keeps him feeling like he's getting things done and in a little bit of control and learning a little bit of independence. Now, my full review of these. I love them. They're intuitive, they're great. I've used them. I'm totally convinced. They also, by the way, on the monthly thing have a daily Bible verse. If that's something that would not be your vibe, it's not huge. I mean, you could mark it off and your kids wouldn't see it, or you can ignore it. It's this tiny writing. I'll show you. It's very tiny writing. If that's a big deal to you, just so you know it's there. It is totally avoidable, but one of the sections is called Bible, which I use for morning meeting, and they do have Bible verses suggested every day. I have been using it for a week. So far, it's getting an A+ recommendation from me, and I will keep you guys totally up to date on whether I continue to use this planner. I'm planning on doing a quarterly update for you guys on what I'm using, what I'm not, what dropped off, what isn't working, if I had to change anything. This will be in that update, so keep your eye out for that. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram, and I'm super glad you guys stopped by to hang out with me and talk about planners today. Catch you next time.